Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick, and today we're checking out Old Spice's Dikembe Mutombo's 4.5 Weeks to Save the World, one of the most exciting and absolutely beautiful, wonderful adventure, action, saving the world-ish kind of games that I've ever seen. I mean, look at this epic introduction. It's Dikembe Mutombo, and he's got some doves, and in just a moment, he's got a third hand, and he's going to play some flute, and it sounds great. So what is this game, you probably wonder? Well, it's one of those promotional games that occasionally shows up, like the Burger King one, where you get to play as the king and deliver burgers to people who aren't suspecting anything. It's very strange, actually. It's a mashup of all kinds of different gameplay, and it's got some really hysterically funny referential humor to it. I know this because I'm doing second impressions on this one. Unfortunately, I've already made this episode once, and unfortunately the audio got screwed up, so I gotta do it again. And hopefully it's going to come out even better this time. It went pretty well the first time, so let's see how it goes. Look at his head. So there's a number of cutscenes in this, and I'm going to make sure I am nice and quiet for those, so I don't want you to miss them. They're very funny. Got our dude here and his cheerleaders, and we've got a live countdown to the end of the world. Because if you didn't know, the Mayan calendar predicts that the world will end in December of this year, and that is confirmed true. The world is going to be ending in the next couple weeks. So what we're doing here is playing as Dikembe Mutombo and trying to grant us, as you know, a world as much time as possible, and we're working our way towards this wheel at the end here. So each one of these floating islands represents a level. And so far, only the first two levels are available for play, and I'm a little sad about that because I really want to see the rest of them, because the first ones are freaking amazing. But I won't keep you waiting in suspense. Let's start it up, and I'll be quiet for a moment. Oh, not until his crazy long hot dog finger reaches the button. Yeah. Bink.
Dikembe!
Oh yes, my trustly bear friend, Sans the Bear.
No time for pleasantries, Dikembe. Look! A South Korean dance is sweeping the country, and now Americans are too busy dancing to vote. See?
It's true. I almost didn't vote because of this.
You are right. I was completely not thinking about voting just then.
Exactly. That South Korean dance is well past its natural social bus shelf life, and if it isn't stopped, it will surely be the end of the world.
Are you sure, dear Sans?
I'm a hyper-intelligent bear with a keen fashion sense and a firm grasp of the English language. Of course I'm right.
Okay, what do I do?
You must travel to the heart of America and stop the people from dancing so they can vote. Take these ballots, stop the dancing, blow out this candle, eat the cake, and save the world.
Thank goodness, this superior deodorant product is also a jetpack.
I'll say. Now go! Defeat the South Korean dance and preserve our democracy.
For James Madison, the father of our Constitution.
I'm glad that duck is there. Alright, so here we go. We can deliver these ballots to the voters on either side of the, I don't know what you call this, like an artery leading to the heart of America, which, I don't know, I always thought it was like the Midwest, but apparently there's actually a physical heart. We have to avoid these disco balls, which we can blow up, and there's also buildings. Yeah, strip malls, fast food chains. They're all here. So we don't want to get swept away in that. Make sure everyone votes. This is actually how I got my ballot when I went. It was almost identical. It was a little different. I don't think it was Dikembe Mutombo that delivered it, but it was definitely someone from the NBA, you know, wearing a jetpack. Although I thought it might have been a jet-powered dolphin. I don't know, maybe that's later on. These disco balls don't present much of a challenge. The Taco Bell building, or whatever that is quite large. What is that? Home store, okay. So these things just keep on falling until we reach the point that we've given sufficient voters ballots. We're at 18 out of 50 right now. It's actually kind of tempting to just stay on this one side because it makes it a little bit easier. But think of this like a current modern update for Paperboy. Everybody loves Paperboy, right? Remember that arcade game back in the day? The handlebars on the arcade cabinet? delivering papers to all the people on the street and avoiding break dancers and all kinds of very strange situations. I've never delivered papers for a job, but I imagine it probably goes pretty similarly to that. So you actually lose voters every time you hit into those guys, it looks like. And that's alright with me because it's not that hard to avoid them, I just need to be paying attention. So one of the upsides of me re-recording this, aside from the better audio quality, is going to be the fact that I will not be able to give you guys the satisfaction of knowing that I missed some really obvious cue for the 5 millionth time that makes the game impossible to play. Oh crap, disco balls everywhere. Because as fate may have it, that actually did happen again. But this time I know what to avoid. It wasn't a big flub this time, it was a little one, but... It's Ohio! Ohio!
You are the most important state for some reason. You have to stop dancing and start voting.
No way, bro. This South Korean dance is making me ignore this election and unignore the rhythm of life.
Oh, I know.
What, bro?
If you will not stop dancing, then I will stop you from not stopping your dance to vote.
Fair enough. He doesn't want to stop. I gotta do this the hard way. He can just spew disco balls at me. I can handle it though. I got voters on my side. Take that, Ohio. Oh crap. It's a very well done game, I have to say. The humor is actually pretty funny for a promotional game. And I guess that it has to have a sufficient level of camp, and this definitely goes above and beyond in the camp department. 25 voters left, I got this. Ohio kind of looks like it's made of cheese. Oh, I knocked his arms and legs off. No more dancing for you. Oh, oh.
Dikembe! Guess who voted?
Let freedom ring. We are one step closer to saving the world.
Alright, I'm gonna go fade back into obscurity with the majority of my professional sports teams. Ohio!
I voted too, but it's going to take them weeks to count my votes. In the meantime, want to count these nachos?
Okay.
1, 2, 4.
I think you mean 3.
Oh yeah. 3, 4,
Silly Florida
78.
count or vote.
Oh, Florida. You are so Florida, aren't you?
Well done, Dikembe, and well done you. Let's input your initials and game score in our real-time Mayan calendar carver.
Yes.
And see how much closer we are to completing the ring before
This is my
the
favorite
world
part.
ends.
Alright, so even though we got a keyboard in front of us, we still got to go through and slide these letters around. And then when you're done sliding letters around, you got to use your mouse to click next. Alright, this part's very important. Take very careful note of what's going on here. So we're carving this ring with this scroll saw, right? See, it's happening live. Basically what it's doing is there's an actual camera on a scroll saw somewhere in a warehouse, somewhere in America, and it's broadcasting this information, and at some point it's going to actually add my initials to this ring. No, I'm kidding, it's not going to do any of that. I actually watched this for quite a while, it's just an animation that loops over and over. But I might have fooled you for a couple seconds, right? Still, it's very ambitious because it's somewhat convincing. You can't quite tell if it's real or not without watching it for an extended amount of time. When it finishes the animation, the box in the top right corner, eventually it'll loop back around and go back to the beginning again. Pretty silly, but... the day 9 progress thing, though, that does change. In fact, the amount of people, I guess, playing this, or I don't know exactly how it's calculating it, but it is actually adding time to this. Don't know exactly what that means, but eventually we're going to unlock some more levels and something good will happen, I guess. Back to the game we go. So, yeah, I would actually quite like to see a Adult Swim spin-off series with, like, you know, short 15-minute episodes done of this, because I would totally watch that. Be a lot better than that crappy show they put on Comedy Central with the talking bear. Alright, let's see level 2, and I'll be quiet because there's another cutscene.
Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. I'm so glad I could spend it with my 2 best friends, Sans the Bear and Random Turkey.
Random
Here,
turkey.
here.
So, Random Turkey, is Thanksgiving awkward for you?
Why would it be awkward?
No reason?
Oh my good griefness. Look!
Blurgies.
Blurgies.
Blurgies. I thought I destroyed the last one of those 6 years ago.
Well, they're back. And their return can only mean one thing. The end of the world.
I
As
must
we
stop
know
these
it.
Blurgies once and for all. As soon as I finish this green bean casserole.
Oh, delicious. Oh, look,
Go
he ate
to the
it just
Blurgie
like
factory.
pumpkin.
Stop the Blurgies. And save the world.
Tanner and
Yes.
all.
And also yes to this crimson roll.
Dikembe, I made you this mixtape of a song I recorded with some friends. I hope it inspires you to greatness.
I love mixtapes.
Look how long his arm is. Alright, so here's what we do with this one. It's a minecart level, but it's a little different from the usual minecart levels. Because in this one, we gotta crush these, whatever they call Blurgies. So there's children in the factory. We can't destroy the Blurgies with them around, or they're gonna be very upset. But we can collect the deodorant. And there's some sweet pump and pop music going on in the background, and we're just gonna avoid these guys when there are children on the screen. Other than that, though, free and clear, destroy their souls. What's that? Oh, right, there's a laser here that makes you fat for some reason. I don't know how to solve this with... Oh, jeez. Yep, I made the children cry. That hurts. You can't crush the children either. I tried that as well. Thought that would be like a good way to get around the problem. Oh, I need that deodorant, though. Okay, the children are back. Can't... Oh, I didn't mean to crush it. Oh, didn't work that time. Didn't hurt me. Maybe they have to be on the same track as me. That would actually make some sense, right? There's not a lot of reasons to go down to the bottom, but every now and then. See, that didn't work out. Let's not do that again. And let's definitely not fail at the boss to this, because then we gotta play the whole level again. That happened to me a couple of times. Wasn't cool. Didn't enjoy that at all. Whoa! Get more deodorant, man. We'll be okay. What the?
Sorry to interrupt
Oh,
your
there it
game,
is.
Mr. Dikembe, but I just heard that Hostess desserts are gone forever.
It's true.
Host is gone. This is for sure the end of the world.
Hostess cakes, our stomachs will miss you. Snowball these lights, unimagined
I like the snowballs myself.
Too bad we'll never eat ho-hos again because they taste amazing. They're delicious all of the time.
All the time.
Yummy ding dongs, ding 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 dongs.
Ding ding dongs.
Twinkie flagship dessert, my mouth will always remember the times that we had when you went there. Delicious memories are inside of each of us. The delicious memories are inside of each of us.
It's a really touching
Goodbye,
song.
sweet cakes. I shall win for you.
Alright, let's avenge the Hostess snacks, because they're delicious. I know the boss pattern already, so I'm going to knock through this guy real fast. So he basically just charges at you. You just got to mash on spacebar, which he actually didn't have a spacebar attack until the boss started. But yeah, he's really predictable. He just shows up on each side of the screen. And then you just avoid him by going under him or over him, and pretty much safe. But, you know, this game was made by a deodorant company, so can't really hold them against it too much. I'm actually pretty impressed for a deodorant company. I think they did a terrific job. And somewhere there are a few indie game developers that made this. You know, they're indie in spirit, even though they work for a big company. The big company makes deodorant, not games, so it still counts as indie. So don't get confused.
What is that in your hand,
I
Blurgie?
messed him up.
Oh no!
Random turkey!
Random turkey, you saved me.
I did it for friendship, Dikembe.
Yeah, I heard you the first time.
For friendship.
I know. Random
Poor
turkey.
random turkey.
No!
He's a good friend.
You kids hungry for some turkey?
Ha 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 ha! Delicious success. Let's input your initials and game score in our real-time Mayan calendar carver and see how much closer we are to completing the ring before the world ends.
Turkey was a good friend, but you know, he's not as good a friend as Science the Bear. Very few people or animals could come in the way of that kind of a friendship. Look, it just changed it to MAB now. That's not at all right. I don't MAR. It's kind of interesting that MAR and NAR, those are my actual initials, and that's the little guy that's our show mascot, the little black alien guy that shows up at the beginning of every episode. Didn't plan that, just turned out. Kind of interesting, kind of fun. So that is all that there is to see, unfortunately, of this particular game. I do want to save the world very badly, but I can't do it until December 3rd. So I gotta wait a few more days before we can do that. But I don't want to spoil this whole thing anyway. You guys should definitely go and check it out for yourself. It's completely free. It's available in browser. You know, it's one of those little silly things like that. And in fact, I'm thinking probably the link for this game won't be up much longer after the Blurgpocalypse takes place. So I'm guessing probably somewhere around New Year's. So I don't know. I may have to curate this particular video later and remove the link or something if it goes dead. But hopefully someone somewhere will archive this and it will be playable forever. And stay close to our hearts. Dikembe Mutombo, you've done a great job in this game, and I think that your little waggling finger there says everything we need to know about this game. If you're looking for a terrible time, you've been denied. Yes. Okay, that's going to do it for today's episode. I know it's a little bit on the short side, but I definitely needed to show this one off. Super weird, super fun, and very random, and you know how much I like that. So thank you very much for watching. As always, make sure you head on over to the website, www.indie-impressions.com. Check out all the videos, sort them by however you like. You can look at all the Greenlight games, all the free games, all the paid games from Steam, all the ones from Desera, whatever floats your boat, tickles your fancy, or the back of your knees, or whatever it happens to be. And when you're down at the website, head on over to facebook.com/indieimpressions. If you want to leave a like on there, super cool. It'll actually make all of my videos every day I post each one. It'll make them show up right in your Facebook feed, nice and convenient like. And when you're done with that, if you have any comments, criticisms, suggestions, or questions, or if you're an indie game developer and you want to throw me over your game so I can take a look at it on the show, feel free to hit me up on @RockLeeSmile on Twitter. And all these links are right in the description for your convenience. And that'll pretty much do it for today. So thank you again for watching. I hope you have a lovely night. And don't let the Blurgpocalypse happen without a fight, guys. Can't go down. We gotta win this one. Alright, later.